Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow region. Now, I'm sure if you've watched other videos before, this is pretty much my generic opening to every video. I hope everyone's doing well. I've not given too much notification of a new live stream. Actually, it's very echoing in here today. I hope it comes across okay. Yeah, I'm here live. This late night stream time seems to work very well. It also gets a very high view count or a lot of live viewers. So thank you for joining me. I did also post in the Telegram channel as well. And a lot of people even asked me there, I think yesterday, was I going to do one last night? And I didn't because it was already a little bit late to do one there. So thanks everybody who's already here. And I did post a poll as well. I didn't really give too much of a question and answer there, so I think it's going to be quite one-sided, the poll. I guess the key is where I'm going to be by the end of 2024, subscriber-wise. Already the 7th of February, it's 131,000 subscribers. So it's possible it could go up even higher than 200,000. Bluzan says it's going to be 1 million subscribers. Wow. Well, 1 million would be amazing. I don't know if I can reach it in 1 year, though, but you never know. I did post a pinned comment. If anyone would like to support the channel, you're more than welcome to via donation alerts is kind of the easiest one, and it's more instant donating. That also is open for everybody all around the whole world. You also can be anonymous when you do that, or you can put your name and you can ask a question. If you'd like to do that, you're more than welcome to. Also, super chats, super stickers are in YouTube, depending on where you are in the world. And if you want to watch another video at another time of day or night, you can also put a super thanks under any video. And that's really amazing if you do. Yeah, everything that happens via all of these different donation options goes back into the channel, helps me create more videos, helps me go out and film things more often. And it also motivates me to put more videos on the channel, of course. It also helps out buying equipment for the channel. And ultimately, I want to try and buy an apartment this year somehow. And that will also become a big part of the channel going forward as well, because I'll basically show a lot of things about the remodeling of it and the purchasing of it at that point that happens. So John says weather looks good. I'm not sure where you are, but yeah, we'll watch the stream soon. Thank you, Yulia, if you're watching now or not. And John said he's going to watch the football. I saw that there was a match on. I didn't even know about it. They didn't even put sport on for 2 days in a row. I normally put sport on my monitor while I'm doing other things, and I watch some sort of live sport. Yeah. Hello, gracias. Why Prigozhin? I know you've been in other live streams, so welcome. Здравствуйте, Jaguar. Hello. Good evening. TW, thank you. You always enjoy the content. Very nice. Costa Fortuna. Fortuna, Mike. Costa Fortuna. Oh my gosh. David, I'm always getting this mixed up. You'll listen in the background. You're still at work. What are you doing at work this late? Maybe do you work like from home hours and stuff like that? Luis, hello. Здравствуйте. Mark, hello. Lots of hellos. Russell, make a room tour of your Russian apartment, please. Well, there kind of is one on the channel, but I don't mention it. It's my video, my apartment on the channel. But if you want to go back and look at the apartment tour playlist and look at the one that says for rent. And that's the apartment that I'm in right now. If you're curious, I won't really film a new one because it'll show all the things about where we live here. But I filmed it prior to us moving in. It was partially furnished, so it kind of worked out. Hello. Will you do a virtual tour on Yandex or Google Maps? I'll do it on Yandex Maps. Actually, I was thinking, depending on how the chat goes here, I might bring up the map over here. I need to do that, though, to do that. To do that? Yes. So if you do this, check that out. There is Yandex Maps. And if anybody wants me to pull up where they live, maybe just put the town or the city or something like that specifically. You don't have to put street addresses if you don't want to, of course. Please don't do that unless you want to. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. So I'm just going to go back to this so that I can go back to that, because I just need to have, I guess I can do that and then that. Yes. I have two screens, by the way. If anyone hasn't watched a live stream before, I'm here in Moscow region. I'm not in Moscow. Moscow region, there's basically a ring, and then there's an outer ring, and I'm further away from Moscow, about 40 kilometers. I think it's give or take from the center of Moscow. A lot of people, depending on if you live in Moscow, tend to count the Makad, which is a main highway that rings around Moscow, as the distance they live from the Makad, not necessarily the distance they live from the center of Moscow geographically. Music Explorer or Music Enjoyer, hello. Jolly Golf, hello. I don't think I've seen you in the live stream before. Also Rabbit Billy, hello as well. TW, Vitali. What's your favorite Moscow metro station? Ooh. I guess Tropayova, which is on the red line, which is what the line I catch a lot. And because it's got these metal trees, and there's a park very close by, I think it's called Tropayola. I always want to call it Tropayova Park. I think that's the reference of the trees. They're like these metal polished trees in there. And it's very dark and moody when you come out or in the station. And I kind of like that. What is the status of religious freedom, in your opinion, in Russia? Just curious to get your opinion. Well, I don't really talk about, I guess, the word religious freedom in any of my live streams. There is other YouTubers that create content in Russia who are very heavily involved in that as part of their life and as part of their YouTube channels. It might be worth watching one of their channels to get basically a every video answer to your question, Brent. I'm sorry, I don't bring it as part of my channel. Of course, there is freedom here to do things and be as you want to be, act as you want to act. Congrats, Mirk. Hello, Buttermilk and Krakos. You might make it. We pray for you and your wife. Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much, Buttermilk and Katoshki. Karatoshki. If you'll show Globus to Tucker Carlson. Now, Vitali, I'm uploading a video right now. Let me just see. Can you see here? It says uploading a video. And that is a Globus hypermarket video. So if Tucker Carlson follows my YouTube channel, he'll see that video. I wanted to do it tonight. And I may, okay, if anyone doesn't use subtitles, I can get it on the channel as soon as this video finishes, or this live stream finishes. I like to go back over the Google created subtitles and just correct some spelling mistakes that it makes and certain words that I say that it misspells. And then it will then allow to create, subtitle tracks from other languages. So if you don't mind watching it without subtitles, I can have it ready to rumble right after this. And the funny thing was, Tucker Carlson, there was photos posted in my Telegram today, and I think it's probably on other social medias, that he was in Ashan. What's he doing in Ashan? I mean, who took him to Ashan when he could have been taken to other, let's call it Russian-owned supermarkets or hypermarkets? Globus, for me, is much better than Ashan as a choice of a store to go to. So I'm curious, maybe he went to the one in Troplastan. They said that he was also at Kuzna Itochka. So maybe he watched that video. Is anybody following this at all? Is it a story that I'm just, listening to and thinking it's not so much of a big deal? I guess the big deal of him being in Moscow and going to be doing an interview with the president. I guess that's the big deal. But the fact that he's going to these very normal places in Moscow, just very casually and, stopping for selfies with people and things like that. The Globus video will be on the channel. My latest Globus, not the Globus where we live. It's the one that I went to on the northeast of Moscow. Pretty cool place. Привет, Senior. Thank you. Selasu, congratulations. Thank you. What was the reason that you moved to Russia? I fell in love with a Russian lady. And every Russian man now is having a giggle and a laugh and choking on their tea or coffee. That's my answer that I give a lot. And it's a nice, interesting answer. From Scotland. Ooh, wish all the best. What we'll do is if anyone wants to do that Google Maps thing or Yandex Maps thing, you don't have to open Yandex Maps on your phone or anything like that. I'll just put it up and we'll put in a place name and we'll see what's going on. Wish you all the best to buying a property. Thank you. Bringing joy to you all. Thank you so much, Jack. Lots of new people's names here that I haven't seen before. By the way, Count Olaf, I can't read Russian. So as long as it's kind and friendly, you can keep typing in Russian, but I just can't read it. How are you doing? Greetings from New York. Yes, Stephen Vance. How's things going? Sorry, I'm kind of looking down at your icon as I'm reading your comment, as I'm trying to look up to the camera more. Hello from Finland. It was snowing most of today in Moscow too, by the way. Pretty much, well, most of the day. I don't know now, but it was even right until I came home a few hours ago. Nelly, hello. Rule-based under Western. Greetings from Murmansk. Yes. Greetings from Serbia. Здравствуйте, a good fella. Здравствуйте. Well, Kakosi. South Work Street, Falconer. So what we'll do is we'll put these place names up in a little while, and we'll go back and do that. Congrats. Thank you, Dave. Congratulations. You do a good job and have a top-rated channel. Helena, thank you. Mikas, thank you so much. What is your favorite hypermarket? I think it's Globus, purely because I go there the most, and it's the most convenient for me because I catch the bus from where I live to Salarevo metro station and bus station and everything like that. And then there's a huge shopping center there called Solaris, and in there is a Globus hypermarket. And it's basically very convenient for me to go to and from Moscow through that metro station and then go to and from shopping there. And you'll always see like a big amount of people who come off the metro when I get off at that stop, and around about half go home and half go in the shopping center. And they're all going to the supermarket primarily to buy something. Watching you from the Lot Tower near Somolenskaya. Daniil, cool. There's a great spot to be. So yeah, if you know Globus Hypermarket, and if you watch the video after this live stream, it'll make complete sense, and you'll realize, okay, I get a little bit overwhelmed because I'm probably over the overwhelmed part, just how big it is, especially the one I went to in the video I just made. It wasn't my local Globus, so I obviously don't know the layout of the store. Tucker was in Kuzny Tochka, yes, but I was there before him. I was there about 3 days ago and made a video. So no left turns, thank you. As an Australian, I truly believe our US press lies to... Oh, America. Sorry. Oh, an Australian. Gosh. I always read and then don't read it fully. And has gotten us into certain situations at the direction of our government. Yes, I guess that's the same in a lot of countries. There's a lot of misleading information. And I even talked about this a couple of live streams ago about this egg situation in Russia. And CNN had a video about 4 days ago on their CNN, I guess, YouTube channel, or from CNN.com. I don't know where I watched it now. I'm sure it was on YouTube. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's really amazing of you. Thank you. It's really, really and truly. Super chats basically go into the YouTube AdSense and then pays out every calendar month. And it really helps the channel continue growing. So I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, they talked, I mean, literally 4 days ago about this egg thing. And this egg thing is well and truly over in Russia. And it was really a very, very specific situation where the whole of Russia bought eggs on the same couple of days. And then everywhere in Russia didn't have eggs for a couple of days. Tucker was in, yeah. Have you been to Belarus? I've been to the border of Belarus. I've not been there except for 50 meters on the other side of the border at a truck stop. I've not flown in there, which I could do, and then stay there. You can't cross by land border, I found out when I was at the land border. I went there with my neighbor. You'll definitely reach 200K by the end of the year. The first 100 are the hard, and then it's easy to achieve according to other YouTuber channel. Alex from Govorovo. Oh, Govorovo. There was that big Lenta hypermarket that I made a video in. I'm not a big fan of, I like the Lenta hypermarkets, yes, but I prefer Globus because it's obviously my local one and the one I go to the most. My local Lenta here in Prelivka at the Melodia shopping center, which is where we live, is not very well looked after. And whoever the manager of that store is needs a good slap around and a good talking to by somebody else who could better let them know that that shop could be so successful if they just worked a little bit harder. Yeah, the first 100,000, I mean, actually the first 1,000 subscribers, I mean, you kind of go 100, then 1,000, I guess 10,000, 2,500. And then it's really gone to 131,000 so quickly. Yeah, it's very, very interesting how quickly it now balloons. A few days ago, we started our journey on YouTube about 3 weeks ago. Oh, you've got a channel as well. The name of our channel is Zelch Family Homestead. We are hoping for great things. Yes. If you want to reach out to me on Telegram, if you have Telegram, I can have a look at your channel and try and help you with a few basics of what to do. You're more than welcome to Traveling with Russell channel, and then I'll be somewhere in the chat of the chat section. I think I really should do that. I should do YouTube channel reviews of people's YouTube channels and try and help them with just the basics of YouTube. I mean, not in detail, in depth, and things like that, but there's a lot of simple things. Hi there, people. Hello. Daniel, hello. We'll see great grocery. Shame on you and him. Could not have done a duo. Yes. Somebody else mentioned that today as well, and yesterday, that we could have. There's a photo of that someone posted in the Traveling with Russell chat of him at the register with a basket full of groceries or supermarket food and a couple of people with him. So it's just very interesting, that whole dynamic of him. Why Ashan? Why Ashan? That's not the nicest place to take someone in Moscow to a supermarket. He could have chosen OK Supermarket, which is a very nice Russian one as well. From Dublin. I used to work in a supermarket called Super Value. It's a big supermarket in Ireland. Keep the job going. Thank you. Yeah, we had Super Value in Australia for a while. It was never really successful. The brand was just never able to keep up with Coles and Woolworths, which is the two major ones in Australia, or Coles and Woolies. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was doing merchandising primarily in the supermarkets, shopping at local online marketplaces. My wife does all the time. I don't, because I just like to touch and play and hold things. I'm just not a big online shopper. I'll only do it when it's something I know specifically what it is, and I don't need to really do too much looking up of it, searching of it. I know the exact product name. My wife had to order me I don't even have it here. A little, it's not even here. A little plug for a cable. So that's it for my extreme of ordering. Great channel, Maryland here. Hello. Crazy pet people. Too much snow today in Moscow City. Yes, there was. Were you in Moscow City? I was there at the Product Expo. And I walked between the Expo Center in the middle there, and it was proper snowing. Angela, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can bring it up on screen. Oh, no comments, but that's okay. Angela Tunstall, thank you. £10. That's a lot when you put that to Australian dollars, by the way. It's like more than £10. That's why a lot of British people come to Australia, because they get good exchange rates. Because the pound gets considerably stronger to Australian currency. Thank you, Angela. It's okay you didn't put a comment. I think also now, can anybody try this? And I'm not sure if this is true. When a super chat comes through, you can actually now put like a thumbs up on a super chat. The problem is you can't see it in my back of house thing, but can anybody else put a thumbs up when someone does a super chat? I think it's possible. Please kind of say yes or no. It isn't. It is. Too much snow. Yeah. Hi, Russell. I was asking, how's your Russian? Oh, it's okay. Not amazing. The information that you give us is enjoyable and very interesting. Here's to many more subscribers. Thank you. It's Susan Douglas. Thank you so much. Your videos are great for learning English. Pronunciation speech I like from English textbooks. Thank you, Alex. Yes, I'm trying to get better at it so that the subtitles that are auto-generated are easier to correct, and it takes less time for me to get the subtitles on the video. Basically, they're auto-created by YouTube or Google, and then you can correct the track, and then you can add other countries or other languages so that people can choose that as the subtitles that come at the bottom of the video. I don't do that ones that pop up on the screen. It's just you can choose it or not. Road to 500,000, Mark. Road to 500,000. Wow. That'd be cool. I don't even know now. I'm thinking 200,000 by the end of the year. I guess if I think high, aim low, and what is it called? Under deliver. I just heard it from somebody else. Under deliver? No, over deliver. And underachieve, over deliver. I think that's the one. Jenny, thank you. You enjoy the videos. One question: will you watch Tucker Carlson? Well, apparently, I don't use Twitter or X. I have an account, but I've pretty much given up posting because I feel like I'm posting to myself. It will definitely more than be available on Russian sites like on Telegram and stuff like that. I know that 3-minute video that he did from the rooftop yesterday was instantly online. So yes, I'll definitely watch it and just see what his thoughts and opinions are. I'm not sure how he's going to go with the questioning and what he's going to ask, but how do Russian markets compare to Australian ones? They're much bigger. If you look at this next video from Globus, you'll completely understand how big it is and how many choices there are and how much fresh food choices there are. And that's just in one supermarket. Yeah, that's probably the biggest difference. I mean, now I think about it, the Coles and the Woolworths in Australia are much, much smaller than this one Globus hypermarket. Vitali and you guys have both got the cogs, right? You got to put the @ symbol at the beginning and then type afterwards if you want to chat to each other. So you put the @ symbol, and then start typing the person's name. It'll come up, and then start typing afterwards, and then it'll highlight on each other's screens. From Mannheim, Germany. Like your channel, thanks. Isn't there Mannheim in Australia? We've got Mannheim Folds. It's like a car auction company. Mannheim Folds, I think it's called. Maybe it's not the same. Globus is German. Magnet is a Russian company. Actually, Magnet is the second biggest supermarket chain in Russia after X5 Group, which is Pitorchka, Perikrostok, and Chizhik. Magnet is also Russian, but it's the second biggest one. Lenta, I'm not sure. I know that's Russian, but I don't know who owns it. I think they're stock exchange listed maybe on the Russian exchanges. Globus, I would imagine, is probably listed on the German exchange. Do you like Russian sweets? Are they tastier than Western ones? Actually, today, Nelly, I went to this product expo. This is actually from Turkmenistan, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember right. I don't have another wrapper. That's the only one I have. It's a Turkmenistan Kit Kat. I don't like all the Russian sweets because I just don't know them. Going to this product expo, you can taste stuff on the tables as you go around. And you know if you really like stuff or not. And I also got a cola limited edition. I don't know anything about this. The person at the stand just gave it to me. I asked for a tasting, and he just gave me the bottle, and that was it. And so I don't know much about this one. Cola. There was a ton of colas there. I think that should be the whole premise of the video. How many colas can I get at a product expo? I hope he was able to buy eggs at Ashan. Yes. Glad to see you're doing well. Thank you. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking about Tucker Carlson? He's in Moscow. I don't really watch him before 2 days ago. I've never watched him. So I can't really form an opinion of him until I probably watch what he has to do and say with the president and how he acts and how he interacts with whatever the questions are given. Can't work out how to send you money. You did. So yeah, on YouTube it's super chats. I've been watching a little over a year. Truly enjoy the videos. Thank you. Oh, this is all lots of new people tonight. Big Rod, thank you. Congrats on greetings from Moscow. Why did you move to Russia? Well, I basically met a Russian lady, my wife. She wasn't at the time, and she invited me here. And essentially, I stayed. Thank you again, Angela. That's how far behind I am. Congrats, and so you deserve it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, thank you as well. Congratulations. Here in St. Louis, the hockey team, St. Louis Blues, has a native Australian playing with the Blues in hockey. Is hockey popular in Australia? His name is Nathan Walker. It's not really popular, no. Because there's not many ice rinks, that's the first problem. Field hockey is more popular. Probably not really in terms of the top 5 or 10 sports, but there'd be far more people who know field hockey, particularly from school. Then Australia's got a very successful team. The Hockey Roos, I think they're called, is the field hockey team. And the national team trains in Perth, by the way. What happened there? Yes, I don't know. I know in Western Australia, there was only 2 ice rinks in my entire state. So think of a place that's about 5 times the size of Texas with 2 ice rinks. So the amount of people who play ice hockey would be very tiny. And then the amount of people that are successful and then play internationally and obviously in the leagues in the US is incredibly tiny. When are you coming to Twitter? You should get a lot of new subscribers. I'm trying. Well, Twitter I've never tried. I tried to do it with my cruise ship channel, and it wasn't particularly successful. Maybe I can give it one more go. Do the supermarkets or shops ever complain about you recording? No, not at all. No, Ian. It's basically well, you can film in any public place in Russia. Well, within a certain degree of it. So you can happily just walk in and start filming and no problems. So not at all. Just think if 100,000 subs, each gave $1. Yes. So Ross, I have this dream. My crazy dream is to, well, it doesn't even have to be $1. It can be 50 cents. And if everyone gave 50 cents, it would be enough for me to buy an apartment tomorrow. 130,000 would work out to be enough to buy an apartment tomorrow. And I could give in to the real estate agent that's got the apartment in this building that we want to buy and tell him we'll offer you a higher price and buy it tomorrow. We've offered a lower price and they're thinking about it. So yes, it's definitely a thing. It's my crazy idea that I've talked about a few times. Are you learning Russian? I'm learning very slowly. Yeah, Twitter doesn't work in Russia. Yes. There is a thing called, with 3 letters, starts with V and ends in PN. So yes, that does work and makes things work. Well done, Russell. Funny Bunny. Nice name. Thank you. We've got to get that hard work and dedication. Yes. Aim for the stars and you'll reach the moon. Yes. Love your videos. I work. I like supermarket in Indiana. Cheers. I like other supermarket workers. That was probably the best thing about the job I had in Australia was the people I worked with. I can definitely tell you that even the people working there didn't really like working in a supermarket deep down, but they kind of secretly loved it. And I think everybody went to work for each other that worked there to know that, you know, everybody's efforts made the shop successful. Hi from the UK, Angela. Oh, hello, Angela. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I guess from your super chat, the pounds is generally from the UK, right? Unless it was from, where else is pounds? I don't think too many other non-British countries. All good people. Hello. Not yet. I read this as well, that there's no more Ecuadorian bananas because of the Russian I guess, the agricultural division or something, trying to create some drama about like a fruit fly from 2018 or something. So yeah, Indian bananas. I'm curious if I'll ever see them in the stores. What's smoking like in Russia? Same as across the world? Yes, pretty much. You can smoke in a lot more places in Russia. A lot of people do vaping in Russia. Vaping is a very popular thing, and there's vape shops everywhere. And tobacco, it's called tobacco shops, tobacco and vaping. Hello from Slovakia. Do you ask permission to film in the markets? I don't. No, I'm very nice though and ask. Or let them know that I'm going to film something. So like when I went 2 days ago and filmed the Globus video and the Cheshnok video, I approached somebody in Cheshnok and just said, I'm going to make a YouTube video. Just be aware I'm going to walk around with my camera. And they were perfectly fine about it. For Globus, I just walked in and filmed. Because I know my local Globus, they don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I actually met two guys at the fruit and veg section, believe it or not. And they were like, oh, good. And they were giving like thumbs up, and they were kind of, it's not a problem. Yeah, I do ask just to be polite in some stores, especially small shops where it will look a little strange. Mostly we buy our meat from butchers here in Moscow. From where we live in Aprelivka, we've got 2 different rynoks or food markets where we buy our meat from. We don't really buy it in supermarkets. We might buy chicken wings or chicken legs, and that's about it from a supermarket. So definitely better because we're buying it from butchers and we know it's fresher or, more quicker turnover of sales. Thank you, Claudio, for keep up the success. Yeah, we should really have a thing on screen with like a graph that grows for the apartment. Yeah, we're working very hard behind the scenes, Claudio, on making this happen quite quickly. And we just need the guy. Well, we think that it's the real estate agent that's messing us around, not necessarily maybe the owner who wants to sell it. So we think we're kind of getting the runaround from him. So we're using another person to contact him now because he lives very close to where we live. And my wife keeps running into him. Do I have I've not moved out of Australia. We just live in Russia. So, saying the word regrets is kind of tough. We were there 2 months ago. We went on a trip, which we didn't mention on YouTube because it got a lot of backlash back in March when we went. So we went for my dad's birthday in March. We went for my mum's birthday in October. Well, November, really. We're a little bit late. So we didn't mention it in YouTube. We didn't post videos. Well, I didn't. Last time I did a few barley videos, and there's some barley supermarket videos on the channel as well. I'm an Aussie entertainer, and my partner, Bron, and I love your videos. Cheers, mate. Let me just put that up. Jamie Redfern from Australia. I'm an Aussie entertainer. Jim and Bron's global community. Stay well, Jim and Bron. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, absolutely. I got some chips today called Cheers. Why so many Australians move to Russia like farmers? Well, it's only one family, and they've got each individual person in the family's got a YouTube channel. So it's only one family. It's not lots of Australians, unless some are here that just don't do YouTube. I've not heard of any. So Claudio, again, thank you. Again, thank you for the super chats. If anyone wants to do donation alerts, that's also on my other screen here. If anyone wants to use that, particularly if you're in Russia, it's more helpful, of course. What is your opinion about quality of meats? Russell, VK is much better than Twitter. Yes, totally uncensored. Yeah, I have a VK channel or page, but I really don't use that either. I should use VK more. Next is 500,000. We should contribute for the new apartment. Yeah, thank you, Claudia. Yes. Yeah, I think I should just do a standalone stream about the crazy idea thing again. And I don't really want to preach about it too much, but it's just a thing that I've always had that, because so many people do this fan funding ideas and GoFundMe's and, streams until you hit a certain goal thing. I mean, the apartment one is quite a lot bigger, but I think I should just do something separate maybe. G'day, big fella from Katoomba. New South Wales, going for a flame grilled Whopper for breakfast. Oh, I've never been to Katoomba. I've only been to Sydney. I went on a cruise, flew in, went on a cruise, got off the ship, flew back out. And you've got the scenic railway. That's the only thing I know about Katoomba as a place. Otherwise, I have no idea anything about that region. I think it's in the mountains and it's very scenic and beautiful. And did you make Russia great again? I guess one YouTube video at a time is doing that. Malenki Poruski. Maya. Chut Poruski. Hello from the Caribbean. Oh, Caribbean. What? I heard a funny thing today. I don't remember now about the Caribbean. It's like a joke on an Australian news post. Someone put comments under an Australian news post, and it had the Caribbean in it. I can't remember what it was. It's not as funny anymore. Huge fan of your videos from the UK, Dylan. Yes. Oh, I jumped over. The quality of the bananas has fallen. I haven't really bought bananas recently. I was buying lots of mandarins because of Christmas and New Year. I could have gone off bananas, I guess. You may need to go to the shops in Mariupol. Then the subscribers will go. There is a guy that films Mariupol videos. He's maybe like a teenager or a university student. So I guess if you put that into a YouTube search, I'm sure his videos will come up. I know he has filmed stuff in Mariupol, though. Waiting for 1KK followers now. Or 1KK. I guess on the Telegram channel, we've got 2,000 channel members in the channel. And in the chat, it's 690, I think. So that'd be pretty cool if we can get to 1,000 in the chat, in the Telegram chat. Did you get to watch any cricket being played in? I do watch the cricket. I haven't watched the 3 one-day matches, which the West Indies got absolutely beaten up. I watched a little bit of the test matches. I can watch it streaming on a sport channel that I have on my computer here. My wife wonders about these 5-day test matches. How do I donate from Russia? The easiest is donation alerts. There's the pinned comment, or there's a link in the description, and that's the easiest one by far from Russia. Donation alerts. Or yeah, I have the SberBank. I always say SberBank, but I'm sure I'm always pronouncing it wrong. Hello from Italy. Oh, another Italian in here. David and Squally ITA. Hello, 2 Italians. Maybe there's more than 2. Billy, hello. Could you film a short about your wife's job and show us the photos of her work? I should. She's not so willing to be on YouTube, though. I did post a photo of the renovating we did we put new wallpaper in there last week, 2 weeks ago. And on the 11th, which is a few days' time, we're getting a few pieces of furniture delivered that I'm going to have to build IKEA flat pack style, which we got from Hoff. Did you review Kuzville? I haven't done Kuzville. No, it's pretty much the only shop I haven't done a video in, Alex. I've done Azbuka Kuza, and I've done Globus Gourmet. But that was back when I was doing Russian supermarket after 8 months of sanctions, 9 months of sanctions, 10 months of sanctions. So I really need to go back and rename them or retitle them better. Or maybe just refilm them. Voronesh. If you ever bought clothes at Moscow Rynok's, say jeans. I haven't. No, I don't buy clothes very often. I bought this shirt in Australia because my wife insisted I get some new polo shirts. I bought one sweater at my local Rynok at the train station in Aprelivka, and that's it. Favorite animal in Australia? Guess kangaroo. Don't really have a favorite. Another platform, Rumble. Yes, I do have a Rumble channel now. I guess if you look up Traveling with Russell channel, there is a Rumble channel that I set up a few days ago. There's 11 followers on there. I've got one video. It's going to be reposts of the videos that I have on YouTube. I've got 5 that I can put on there because I don't keep and store my old videos. Once I've uploaded them, I kind of delete them from my phone. So there is Rumble set up. When I'm in Moscow, do preach about it. About about the apartment and things like that, and the donation alerts and things like that. Yes. Yeah, I guess I'm too humble and too kind and too normal. Normal? Custom is like Germany, going through Australian customs is like Germany 1942. Yes. Yeah, there's very strict, specific rules, especially about importing things to Australia. And, dump and declare, they call it. Understand? I can get a few letters, Julia, that I can kind of piece together to get words. My wife doesn't really like to be on camera. I'm trying my hardest, absolute hardest, to get her to do a live stream with me and sit here, and we can do like a Q&A. I'm trying my hardest to get her, just to get that right time and right minute and right day when she wants to be on camera. She doesn't really like to be on YouTube. His name is Nick. Bananas won't go anywhere. It's just change its country of origin. Yes, exactly. We'll just get bananas from somewhere else. There was a thing with the eggs, right? They flew in eggs from Turkey and Kazakhstan, and then no one seems to know where they were on the shelves in the stores. So, Barinkas, thank you so much for donation alerts. Wishing that this year you guys move into a brand new own apartment. Yes, Barinkas, that is the plan. The plan is right here. Sorry, I even prepared this earlier. Can you see here? There's some holes on the back of this. And you can see the screen right here. You can see two screens. Actually, if I do this, you should be able to see the donation alerts that pops up on my second screen right here. And I want to put this on the wall somewhere in our apartment. Barrancas. So that's the goal. That's the goal. Actually, also to get a cat. There's many goals and many things that we want to achieve. So, thank you. It's very kind of you, the donation alert that you've done, by the way. Thank you so much. Am I waiting for the interview? Not really waiting for it, no. I didn't really know this guy. I know of him because I was working on cruise ships in America. There was a lot of American television on the cruise ship TVs. On short notice, thank you. What do I think about the interview? I've not seen it. I don't know. Wow. I don't really follow Tucker Carlson. I think he's going to gain 1 million, billion, trillion followers now because everyone's going to want to watch and, what's going to be said. Then day streams like you used to, just asking, as they have been quite a bit lately, which is a good thing. Yes, Julia, I just know more people watch the late night streams. Yes, doing them later is, I'm a more of a night owl person where between, let's say, 9 p.m. and 2 or 3 a.m. is my normal awake time. And then I'll go out during the day and make videos as well. Yeah, I just prefer this time. It's also just more suitable for worldwide timing of people watching as well. Refilm. Russian supermarkets are much nicer than American supermarkets. Yeah, Walmart I used to go to a lot working on the cruise ships. The one in Doral by the airport. Thank you, Julia. SberBank. Yes. SberBank. SberBank is awesome. On my last visit to Russia, I opened a bank account and got my card in 10 minutes. Yes. And they give you like a temporary one initially, right? Yeah, you can walk in. That's probably a video I really should do. I should just go in and open a new account just to make a video about opening an account. Usually involve a mortgage. It does, James. At the moment, it will, because we can't quite get enough money together to have the amount to buy the apartment. So, yes, that's really mostly my wife's side of things because she's the one that's handling that part. So I would love to buy it as with all of my money, just for the point of the video and the point of, being able to buy an apartment here in Russia. But for now, actually, SberBank is going to help us out a little bit. I think it's very difficult. I consider myself average. Maybe everyone else watching is average, to be able to just go and buy a place with a suitcase of money. I mean, that would be the dream, of course, to not have a mortgage and be able to do things easier, not having to know that there's an amount every month. And that's the whole point from not renting, is that money would go to a mortgage rather than to somebody's pocket or whatever they do with it. How do you feel about inflation? Well, that's everywhere in the world, not just here in Russia. I love the hypermarket videos. Yes, you're going to be seeing another one very soon, pretty much tonight or tomorrow, depending on, well, probably tomorrow at this stage. It may be getting late to put it on the channel tonight, unless I don't do the subtitles for English-speaking audience in the Bank of Savings. Yes. The only thing is the app is not in English. I mean, I don't expect it to be, but it would be nice if it is. There is an option in the languages to choose English, but it doesn't change any of the app when you do it. Yeah, there's a lot of banks better than SberBank. Yes, that's true. There is. My wife has another bank. She has VTB. Yes, so that's her choice, and this is my choice. Tucker Carlson in Moscow. Nothing will change after the interview. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just going to be watched by the whole world, I guess, for a few minutes, and it'll be quick news that'll start and end very quick. You may like news cycles happen, right? He's got 100 million views just on the 4-minute trailer. Wow. I saw that yesterday. That was uploaded on a Telegram channel that I follow. Hasn't your wife? No, she. I showed her the picture, but then I didn't show her the text underneath. So she does follow the channel, but I know she doesn't open it very often. So she hasn't. She saw the photo, but then she didn't read the little caption that I put underneath. Heidi, congrats on the reward. Do you all find any sanctions to you regarding the country you're deciding on your videos? No, not at all. Put videos on YouTube. All good. Congrats. Thank you, Polly Dolly, babe. Can you go to more museums? It's difficult. I really don't know what I'm talking about when I walk in them, unless you like that Russell take on things, I guess. I have never seen Vegemite in Russia. Apparently it was in Azbuka Kuza at one point, but I've never seen it. Yes, it was temporary card with that numbers on it. It's better than waiting. Absolutely, yes. What's on the interest rates on mortgages? It's very high at the moment. It's more than, okay, it can be low depending on your status. So there's different mortgages for people with families, people that are in IT, people that are buying like buildings without construction. So the mortgage that we would go to is a higher rate because we're not in those categories. Good. How to learn English? I don't know. I guess I can. I did always have that idea before the YouTube channel a year and a half ago to do like a conversation English and chatting in English on a kind of a Zoom call or a WhatsApp call with somebody where we just chat in English, and it's kind of like a English lesson, kind of just doing that. Everyone knows, please understand electric gas. Well, yes, right. I know that from being in Australia. I was there back in November, December, and the cost of living crisis, as it's being called, SberBank or Snatch Bank. Or if you Raiffeisen Bank is good. Yeah, I guess it just depends on what features you like, and what happened. Let me just, sorry. Excuse me for 1 second. What's going on here? Okay, that's better. I guess it just depends on what features you like or how easy and convenient the app is. Maybe where the ATMs are, if you're going to take money out. At least 300K, maybe even 400. I mean, it's early February and you're at 130, 460, and with more momentum. Yes. Well, let's say 300 then. What's the poll? Well, overwhelmingly going to be more than... Oh, what have I done? Okay, I've closed... No, I haven't. Sorry, I just closed the box with donation alerts. I've got a little small box where it just pops up when someone does it. So, now I kind of just put these different boxes on each screen so it's easier for me to look at things quickly. 193 likes, by the way, without even asking for a like today. 193. That's amazing. There's always more likes than people watching. I guess some people open it, like it, and then close it. No worries at all. No worries. Next is 1 million. Then I'd have to go to Australia to get the plaque again. Need to work. Congrats. Thank you. Enjoy work. If it's easy or hard. There are tons of YouTube channels that teach English. Yes, I guess teaching versus conversation English is very different. I know they're in Moscow. They've got like English speaking clubs where people meet at cafes and bars and things, and then they pay an amount to the group organizer to do that. There is Marmite and Promite. Marmite is the British equivalent of Vegemite, and again, they'd be at Zbuka and places like that if they're there. Ivanka, hello. Joanna. Daria uses Tinkoff to watch English spoken content with subtitles, and next to that, do some courses. There we go. So maybe people do want the subtitles under the video. Do you know at least one Russian proverb? Not sure about proverbs. Yellow blue bus? Anyone know in Russian yellow blue bus? Yeti Bella blue. And therefore, as tourists, you either must bring rubles or get a Mir card. Yes. I'm not sure if that Mir card works everywhere, does it? I have no idea with that. Yeah, Visa MasterCard doesn't work in my Australian wallet. Hasn't even been opened since I got on the plane. Actually, since I left Doha Airport, I've not even opened my wallet here. Burglars, which one will rip you off completely? Well, I guess they've got fees, right? Alpha and other banks, yes. Raiffeisen technically left Russia as well, but their Russian department is controlled by agents in Russia, so it doesn't have any relation to Germany. Well, that's interesting. Raiffeisen. It also does SWIFT as well. I didn't know that. We love it. Thank you, Kat. Meow to you. Looks like you're rowing a boat on your icon there. What does your wife do? Sorry if it's too personal. Yeah, she actually has a nail salon in the building where we live. That's why we want to live in this building and buy an apartment in this building, because we like this area. We like the outlook. We like the view out the window. And yeah, she has a nail salon. She's a master manicurum in Russian. Nail master. She used to work, if anyone knows Moscow, she used to work at Sanduny, which is a very famous banya or bathhouse in Moscow, doing nails there. And now she has her own salon that she does by appointment only. And she does very well at it. Jubilations. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you so much. Congratulations and jubilations. Very often you hear that word. It's not a proverb. Joanna from China here in Canada. No Mia. There you go. This whole thing kind of cropped up when all the SWIFT thing went down. And I think everyone got over it very quickly. Everyone figured out ways to open accounts in Kazakhstan or Belarus and things like that. And then that negated a lot of the problems that people may have had with having US or Euro currency accounts. They're amazing. It is very good to spread the positivity. Thank you. Oh, my auntie is here. Patricia Bootheroyd from Scarborough. Love to Jen. Yeah, she was briefly walking by earlier. She's in the other room hiding from me doing the live stream here. So yes, she's definitely here, but she's in the other room. Thanks. Scarborough, if anyone doesn't know, is a place in the UK, which is a very beautiful coastal part of England. Real estate agent, how to rent one flight in Moscow? Can you tell me, bro? Rentals you can find very easily on Avito. Let's see how easy this will be. So you go here to Avito, right? This is the Russian website. There's even places right here. There's one, well, that's not an apartment for rent. But you go to real estate. So this is my browser on my computer. It automatically translates everything from Russian to English. So you go to Avito here. Properties in Aprelivka, which is where I am. So you can choose a place. Probably this is quite slow. And then you can see everything jumps from Russian to English. So we need to, it's called remove instead of rent. And then you go on the map. This is where I live, by the way. This is not Moscow, but we can zoom back and see how many places are for rent. You'll see here, there's some pictures of some places for rent here. There's not too many where I live. This is Aprelivka here. There's quite a few over in Vesna, which is on the other side of Kiev Highway. And then you'll see here they pop up. When you zoom in a little bit, they kind of pop up. There's one over here. One room, 30,000. Two rooms, 35,000, 60,000. And if I zoom back as much as we like, you can see these blue dots are all rentals in Moscow. This is obviously the center here. You see those blue dots? That's how many are for rent in Moscow. And then the numbers just get a bit bigger in the center compared to, I was over in Moscow City today, which is over here. I was at this convention center, and this is where all the skyscrapers are. There's 100 for rent in one building. These are big skyscrapers, though. 71st floor of 95 levels. Come on. So 200,000 a month. And in Aprelivka, 40,000 a month. So that's how easy it is. What were we going to go look at? Yandex. Let me put that back up. The Yandex maps. So there you go. That is how easy it is to rent. It's much easier. You can really just call the number from any rental. They'll either be private or with a real estate agent. And it's that simple. I mean, literally just call the number from one of the listings, choose the area where you want to live. I mean, it's really impossible for me to tell you where you should live in Russia, right? Or in Moscow. You're a good man. Thank you. Maxi Bach. Thank you so much. Congrats from Dallas. Ooh, Dallas Cowboys. And what's the guy that loads the Mavericks? I watch him on what's the show where they pitch ideas? Shark Tank. Let me just go back to that so I can see my little screen here a little bit easier. Ross, you're always having a good mood. Yes, that's Marino. That's normal. That's every day of the week. I don't look the best on camera today. I've got lots of red and everything here. I didn't realize it was so bad. I need a shave. I need a little bit of a spruce up. And congratulations on your anniversary and greetings from the Czech Republic. Thank you. I'm pretty sure everyone in the whole world is going to watch this interview. Augustin. How to bring money more than 10K into Russia. Well, bring friends with you. That's 10K each. Even I don't have a way to bring that much money over to Russia easily. You can bring it over in smaller amounts, but not in bigger amounts. So I can't really answer the question. I'd give away my secret of how I can do it. And I don't want other people to use my secret. It's completely legal what I'm doing. What is that in dollars? 40. Okay, so easy. So 100 rubles is, 90 rubles is $1. So where I live, 40,000 rubles would be 300 a month or 400 a month, roughly in the area where I live. This is about 40 kilometers from Moscow, about an hour, drive. I mean, those places in Moscow City are in, 80-story buildings. This is kind of like luxury apartments. I mean, let's say the average person is not living in those buildings and can't afford that rent. But I mean, people can. I mean, I don't really have any friends in that circle who do that. I'd love to go and see one of those apartments, though. How do they collect the rent in Russia? For our apartment, he likes money. But yes, you can do bank transfer. It depends on the apartment you rent. some people just do bank to bank, and then some people come and collect it. It's like, I don't know, 50-50. Both options, depending on who your landlord is. The Jubilee and greetings from Czech Republic. Thank you again. It's a rented space. Yeah, it's actually a salon where it's got a hairdressers and a massage lady and a lady that does facials. It's in one place, and they rent rooms in that place. We would love to own a salon. The cost to own one is a lot. It's much easier to rent one and much simpler and much more stress-free. But we would love to rent a separate place and have it as a standalone salon. It's just a little bit difficult, and it's not high on the priority list of things. If you rent through an agency, normally you pay the person. The agency just helps with the documents and keeping it official, but typically you pay the owner the money, not to an agent. Congratulations. Thank you. Everything here in Florida is 1,200 plus, so that's 120,000 rubles a month. Yeah, I mean, we could live in a lot of areas of Moscow for far less than 120,000 a month. It's really a matter of how close you want to live to the metro stations. That's why a lot of people live in the Moscow region or outside of the center of Moscow, because the cost of housing comes down, and it's not difficult to commute by train and metro and bus and things like that. But you should declare it. Yes, that's true, Vitaly. You can bring more than 10,000. You just need to 100% declare it and be honest about it and truthful. And hello from Alaska. Wow, Northern man. Very cool. Without declaring it. Don't do that. Don't start doing silly things before you even get on the plane. That's probably the easiest rule of thumb. Don't do any silly billy stuff. Yeah, under 110,000. Oh, we're at the bottom of the chat. What? I can't scroll down anymore. We're at the bottom of the chat. How crazy is that? Start a Q&A. Start a poll. Let's do a new poll just for fun. 50 cents or 50 rubles per person. Is it crazy to think about this to maybe buy an apartment? I guess you all know what I'm talking about. So always put no before yes, so it confuses people to read the question. So basically 50 cents, 50 euro cents is about 100 rubles. Sorry, it's about 50 rubles. So hello from Arizona. Don't follow that fellow from the US. Yeah, look, it's interesting, right? Even people in America don't follow Tucker Carlson. I guess a lot of people maybe not follow politics, don't follow the news, don't follow current events. Maybe they have a person that they like to listen to who talks on the news, and that's the person you like. How is the Lada Neva fund? Well, there's quite a lot of funds, James. They are planning to merge the Neva models, Legend and Travel. Well, that would be interesting. First, James, the apartment is the critical one. That's the first fun. That's the one we want to get out of the way. Then we can breathe. And then the next few things can kind of roll on from there. I don't understand your question. So, Kat, I have this crazy idea. Let's pull it up with the old. Have I still got it? That's the key. Have I still got that old idea? Let's see if I can pull up the idea, and it'll make sense. And then I'll explain it more. Let's see if I've got it still. Please tell me I did keep it. Because I do. Oh, this is it right here. All right. So my computer is completely stressed tonight. luckily, I have an amazing computer. It's so amazing it won't pull up my... There, it's pulled up a whole lot of them now. How many did it pull up? Only 2. All right, so let's close that. Let's remove that. Let's stop screen. Let's share screen. Bear with me a second. And let's go to crazy idea time. I think this is the one. All right, so the idea is this is based on 126,000 subscribers. And then this is based on 6 million rubles, which is the number that we're working on. So crazy idea time. If everyone who's a subscriber donated 47 rubles, or about 50 cents each, essentially that would cover me buying an apartment here in Moscow. Would cover me buying one. And done and dusted. Well, not exactly. But this is based on 126,000. So every time the subscriber count goes up, that figure over here goes down. So at 50 rubles or 50 cents, the whole question is, if you go backwards, right? What amount of money is an amount of money that you would lend somebody or give somebody, not expecting it back? If someone asks you on the street, can you give me $1? This is America. This is dollar, right? US dollar bill. Someone would give $1. But if you ask for $5 or $10, that's a lot. I mean, in Russia, there is a 50 ruble note. Actually, there is a 10 and a 5, but there's a 50 ruble note and a 100 ruble note. That's pretty much a common denomination. So if I was to ask somebody on the street, can I have 50 rubles? I mean, more than likely, most people in Moscow don't have cash money in their pocket. But, how much is an amount of money that you're willing to give somebody? I mean, you can own 0.001 share in the fund. You're not really owning the share in the fund. Essentially, your name would go on a tile in the kitchen as a person that put forth to help to buy the apartment. And then I can make lots of videos. I can make some remodeling videos. I can make a video of me nailing the subscribe plaque on the wall video. Probably not exactly like that. And that's that. Sorry about the spelling. No worries. I understand what you're saying. So I hope that makes sense. And I think this is the crazy idea. That's interesting for the poll. I guess most people, did or didn't understand the question until I asked it, but 60-40, yes or no, it's going down. 43-57. That's a little bit interesting. So that's my crazy idea that I've had as a crazy idea. What are realtors charging? So basically the lady that we're using, who's a salon client of my wife, will end up getting charged a fee, which is mostly for paperwork. I imagine the fee she includes her time or her whatever she does, but a lot of it's mostly paperwork. It's probably between about we're not sure yet. We think it's somewhere around about $1,000, so 100,000 rubles, but I think it might be less. Probably would be less, definitely. I really don't know the exact number. I'm a millionaire in rubles. Make it $1, cat. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I mean, I like this number and this divided out number thing over here because it just makes it sound less, and it makes it sound more achievable. It's a great idea. Yes. No, this is Havana. This is an amount of money that will basically allow us to buy an apartment tomorrow morning, and move in next week. A lot of things can happen really quickly in Moscow when you want it to happen. Beggars now take credit cards. Do they? Imagine that. Or you can Tap your card for giving money. I'd love to help you. Kat, it's up to you. It's no pressure. It's not a thing. It's my dream thing. Well, the Lada Niva is the other thing. Actually, a Porsche is the ultimate thing. But that's really... after going for that drive in the Tesla, and obviously I wasn't driving. The guy was driving, who's a professional driver, rally driver, off-road driver, track driver. It scared me. It would scare me even more if I was to drive a Porsche and put my foot down. Hang the new 1 million. Great chat. Chat to you next time. Thank you, James. Fella, I am too. And in summary, I bought a 2-room flat for 20,000 in Murmansk. For 2 million? Is that right? For 2 million in Murmansk. Yeah, there's really no places in Moscow for 2 million. I mean, you're looking at, if you want to buy like 30 square meter 1-room place or 40 square meters off plan without construction, you're looking at about 4.5 million. If you want a 1-room place about 40, 50 square meters, you're looking at about 6 or 7 million. So, I mean, we definitely need to buy something that we can live in here rather than buying something considerably cheaper in a regional area. People can give what they can. Yeah, right. If that's, yeah, that's exactly. Absolutely. I did not understand the question. I answered wrong and cannot change my answer. Let me do it again while there's still people watching. End the poll. I guess you're all watching this now, so it makes sense, right? What do you think of my crazy apartment idea? No, it's not possible. Or yes, it's very possible. Oh, and I've got spelling mistakes. I guess everybody knows the question now, and they know the crazy idea part, and it all makes sense. And that's the poll question. So now I guess we'll see where it stands. I meant 6 million rubles. From America, love your channel. Thank you. Scared. Sacrifed fire. Sacrifed fire? Thank you. No, 40,000 rubles would be in a, well, it depends on the building. The building we're in is 12 years old. This is relatively new. There isn't really any new building in this part of where I live. Everything is built. Across in Vesna, which I showed briefly on that map, there is new build apartments right there that you can rent for less than 40,000 rubles in a brand new building, literally brand new finish. Yeah, Soviet, there's Khrushchevkas, 25, 30, 40,000, depending on the size of the building. Live where there's many grocery stores. Wow. Hi from Moscow, Ivan. Hello. Where do we donate? I guess, depending on where you live in the world, Super Chats works on YouTube, right here, or donation alerts is the other easier, more instant option, depending on where you are. Put a Monaro address. I don't know what that is. I have PayPal and Boosty. They're in the donation. They're in the description as well. If anyone's used Boosty before, I don't know what Monaro is. PayPal I definitely have. 5.5 is an average, guys. I'm not sure what 5.5 is. Belgrade, Serbia, we have 300,000 Russian people, mostly business people. Yeah, I guess because it's a country that you can enter without the visa issues initially, especially after, well, 2 years ago, right? A lot of people left Russia. And a lot of people, even my neighbor went to Serbia briefly, and he ended up in Kyrgyzstan. And he loved it in Serbia, by the way. And it was a place that he was kind of choosing as a possible place to live if Kyrgyzstan didn't work out. We are following Tucker. There you go. Do you speak Russian? Malenki по-русски, Nelly. Моя зовут Russell. Как зовут? Nelly? What's your name, Nelly? What's your name? Very similar. I'm quite shocked now. I think that the apartment prices here are even more crazy. Yeah, look, of course, I'm just showing you Moscow. If you went to another city, another region, Moscow is obviously quite high priced, especially close to the center. I'm in Moscow region. Prices come down very quickly and make it more achievable to live here. Peter, how do I feel about the upcoming? Everybody's asked this. For now, I just want to hear it and listen to it. I don't follow Tucker Carlson. I never did. So I saw him today at Kuznetochka. I didn't see him. I saw a photo of him in the line getting a burger at Kuznetochka. Then I saw a photo of him in the line at the supermarket. Make a separate account. Adequate Xiaomi guy. Here's my little investment for your crazy idea. Do you know anything about German GDR, such as Trabant and Warburg? I'm not a car guy, and I've said it quite a few times that I'm not a car guy. So I don't know anything about these models of cars. The only cars I know only German cars I know is Mercedes and Porsche is German, and MAN. I think MAN is the trucks from Germany, right? Thank you for the exact 4752. Sorry, I'm even going to read out the number of rubles, which is exactly my crazy idea time. And actually, that number would have come down now, so you could have given less, Adequate Xiaomi guy. You didn't have to give as much as you did because that number's gone down technically now. Oh my gosh. Make a separate account. Well, the idea was to take everybody's names and then have like a graph that goes up when it gets considerably closer. Yeah, Russian people opened about 10,000 companies in Serbia last year. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of people who are very smart and who did leave Russia and did find other avenues and ways and means and things like that. Thank you. We love you. Peter, I need to learn Russian. Yes, I agree. I can get away without knowing it, though. Thank you, Kat, for the super chat. Thank you so much for this helps you with your dream apartment. Yes. I even bought, well, this is for my wife. I've talked about this. I bought some screws. I went to Leroy Merlin. These will be for my wife's curtains in her nail salon. We're putting some new curtains up. We're doing quite a few things that we've been planning for like a year. Cindy, thank you also for your apartment idea. Love your channel. Congrats. Thank you, Cindy O'Shea. Thank you very much. So these are working on here now. These weren't working before. The little icons weren't working. They were like broken icons. So now they come up. Do you ski in a Prelivka? Does your wife ski? Neither of us ski, no. I do occasionally see people carrying skis because quite close to a Prelivka, there's a kind of forest area. And I think people go like cross-country skiing there. Because I'm wondering where they're carrying their skis when you see them walking around our neighborhood. So thank you, Cindy, Kat. Oh, what have we got here? Let's see the list. No left turns. Angela, Claudio, Kat, and Cindy. Thank you for super chats. And then thank you to Adequate Xiaomi guy and Barankius. Thank you. Russell is still shaken by the Tesla ride. Mate, honestly, I didn't film that immediate part when I got out the car. And that kind of like screech when I had that first takeoff, that woo, Jesus. When I got out the car and when we pulled up back at the back of the dealership, even the guy that we were with, he was just freaking out as well because of the excitement of me. And I think he didn't expect me just to be, oh my God. And he even took a screen. Apparently on Tesla, they show you your trip information. And it was a 12-minute ride. We did how many kilometers? And it tells you the wattage that we used. And he even took a screenshot of it because I think he basically drove the living daylights out of the car for those 12 minutes, that it isn't normal figures that a Tesla can do. more often in the videos. I love you both, and one day I hope to meet you guys somewhere in Russia. Thank you, Mark. Yes, possibly. I want my wife to be in videos. Absolutely do. I would love her to be. Did I skip some? No, I didn't. Moscow Mule is the new Gen Epic car. Thomas, I didn't know about that. Thanks for the answer. Thank you, Nelly. Yes, I went to Kuzny Itochka. Then he goes to Kuzny Itochka. Yes. He did happen to go to Ashan. I need to go to Ashan. I've got something else planned tomorrow. I can't. But the day after, I need to go to Ashan and walk around there holding the camera in my face and say, why did Tucker Carlson come to Ashan? What was the reason why? Is it this? Is it that? Yes. It's funny that he turned up there a couple of days later. I would love to see more of the Russian and Chinese EVs. Yeah, so basically there was a Tesla part, and then it was a couple of buildings away. It's the same building, but a couple of showrooms away. There was a coffee shop. Was there a bank or something, or a coffee shop next to it? And then was the other place with the like Mercedes car and the Chinese cars. I guess maybe have you watched the Moscovich videos that I made? I made the one at the factory, and I got to take a test drive in the Moscovich 3E. I only drove around the factory, though, not actually on open roads. Yeah, Elon scared the life out of me. Yes. Yeah, it's really, I just don't think it come across in the video, my reaction afterwards, because I really had to like de-stress. You know that where that your life flashes before your eyes saying? That's what it really was. Yeah. What kind of idea? Oh, I guess if you're joining late, well, so the crazy idea is to try to fan fund me buying an apartment here in Moscow to make videos. And the quicker we can reach the goal, the better. The quicker I move out of this place and make another video of another apartment tour, and go from there. And the idea is to basically what's called like people do GoFundMes all the time. They do, what's the other one where people have like where they make an invention and people put money towards the fund of it before it gets built. Kind of like that one. I don't know what that's called. That's when we see Tucker Carlson in Pitorichka. That's absolutely very true. Very, very true. I don't really love Ashan as a place to make videos. I know Ashan very well. I don't really go to it anymore because the one place it was at near me had the IKEA there. And actually, that's the #1 video on the channel with 1.5 million views. It's second most popular. The video of Mega Troplistan. Troplistan's a place. Mega is the shopping centers that are owned by IKEA. And I just don't go to that shopping center because there's no IKEA. And there's not really a reason to go to the regular shopping center because all the shops are in my local shopping center. And thus, there's no need to go there to Ashan. The other day, nice video. Thank you, Mark. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the Moscovich, which was actually the Renault factory. That was where Renaults were produced in Russia. And then they essentially gave the factory to the Russian government for 2 rubles. And they took on all of the employees and all of the wages and everything, and then subsequently made the Moscovich cars. I've only watched a couple of videos with them. I've watched the one with Marcus Brownlee, and I watched the one with Casey Neistat. If you want to watch a YouTube video about the VR glasses, watch the one with Casey Neistat walking around New York. And I think they just look stupid. I'm sorry to be blunt. There's something you could wear at home on the sofa, not walking around in the center of a city. I just think they look stupid. I'm sorry, even if it's technology. Rent was $400 30 years ago. Yes. I mean, even when we talk about the price of rent in Moscow, like in this region where I am, mean, people go, oh, but then the average wage is this, the average wage is that. I mean, not necessarily people are all renting. There's very few rentals in our town where we are because people own the apartments. And they probably bought them off plan, like the ones in our building. Most people would have bought them when this building wasn't even built and got them considerably cheaper than what the value of them are now. Well, we're not sure, Edward. I can't give you a forever answer. We do need to go back to Australia at some point because my wife's citizenship application needs to finish. Likes to go to Expo Center. Yes, I was there today at Moscow Expo Center at the Product Expo. For totals, 13 million people is crazy. Yes, it's probably more like 15 to 17 million. I mean, the official number and then the amount of people who are actually here would be very different. Be out in 2027. Yeah, MKHD, yes. Thank you, Joanne, for your kind comments that are just adding to the chat rate here on the stream. Yeah, Marcus Brownlee. Yeah, he's very, very good at making YouTube videos about products. Casey Neistat doesn't make too many, but he makes them very well. Go to his search by most popular on his channel and have a look at the Nike advert that he did. He did an advert for Nike. And that video, if you want to be inspired to travel, watch that video. He's crazy in Moscow, otherwise you don't realize it. Correct. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, then you see the traffic and the amount of cars and the amount of people moving around the center. When you go on the metro underground, you don't see any of it. I mean, okay, you see the people catching the metro. How about thank you, Joanne. Can you recommend a route around Moscow for new arrivals? I guess every time I've done this, when I've like with Joanna from Portugal, with Ben from New Zealand, we've basically done stuff close by Red Square, and then Alexander Garden, Kuznetsky Mosque, Lubyanka, going over the bridge and then walking towards Muzon Park and Gorky. I was going to say Central Park, Gorky Park, and that's nice walking tour that I did. Nelly owns 2 apartments. Yes, I guess the price, like you say, Murmansk is considerably more reasonable. I mean, I could buy something smaller and less accessible. Even if I buy something over in Vesna across the highway, it's a little bit harder to go and catch a bus to Moscow, a little bit harder to come to the train station here because there isn't a very convenient bus connecting the suburb right over the highway. You've been a subscriber since 2009 to Marcus Brownlee. He's really good. Yes. Yeah, you got to watch, is it Colin and Samia channel? They did a tour of his studio, Colin and Samia. I'll have to check out the other guy's channel. Yes, Casey Neistat. He does videos from Manhattan in New York. Very, very good YouTube creator of videos. On 100 million, John, calm down. 100 million. There's only a couple of people on YouTube with 100 million. Sharks. What's likely to bump into a shark? You could go to a beach with a shark net or a shark enclosure. Actually, when we were in Australia, we went to the beach and we chose to swim in the part next to the shark enclosure at the local beach. That day, there was actually a whale sighting that ended up beaching and dying a few days later. But it was just going past the beach where we were at. Made the news for a few days in Australia. Yes, most beaches. I mean, look, if there's a shark attack, you just don't go in the water for a few days. Then they'll tell you it's okay to go back. If your time's up, your time's up. That's it. Thank you. From South Africa. What a ring ding we find ourselves in. It's all awesome. Yeah, and you're in a country which, you know how your government works and how your multiple political parties work. And I mean, you guys make it work with the different, I mean, I don't like to say the word race, but the different, I guess, races in South Africa. I mean, I visited there twice. I've got very good friends from there. I met some South African guys here in Moscow back in summer who were at one of the expos. I took them out for dinner. We had a great time, by the way. Two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, who I just knew for half an hour before I went out for dinner with them. Johanna, I think you need to go to sleep for a little while. I think already Nellie's taking care of you. Gorky Park, yes. Moscow calling. What is it about Australia that puts you off it? Nothing puts it off me. I mean, why is Russia more? We live here because of my wife and I. We've made a decision to be here. I guess economically, you could say that. It's cost of living here is less. The cost of rentals less. Cost of my phone on a weekly basis is a fifth of the price. Thank you, Kat, for becoming a member. Sorry, I missed it coming up on the screen there. There's a few emojis that you can do as a member too. I don't do enough for members, but I just like the fact that it's there as an option to support the channel economically. I should probably put some crazy other channel membership levels in place where people do want to just support the channel for the sake of supporting the channel. Yeah, I guess, there's a lot of reasons why we're here and why we're not in Australia, why we were in Australia, not in Russia. It's a matter of, if you ever want to live in another country or a specific place, write a list of the pros and cons of where you live and write them of the place you want to go and live in and see how the balance is. From Denmark, Johnny, also channel member. Greetings from Denmark. Pleased to meet you. Mike, the only person I know from Denmark, well, I know two, and they were both shop managers on cruise ships. I was just thinking, Michael Christensen, I still believe I don't think he's on cruise ships anymore. And Åsa Jensen. She's kind of a absolute legend in the cruise ship gift shop circle of the world. I'm curious what she's doing now. I don't think she's retired. She probably works on ferries, I think, now at some point. What's the next national public Russian holiday? I can't tell you. I'm sure someone who's Russian would know. There's a lot of them here in Russia. I don't know the answer to that. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for the live stream. We're pretty much slowing down with the chat. Oh, look at that. For the poll. So the crazy idea, again, was that fan funding of the apartment, 50 rubles a person, and I can buy an apartment tomorrow. Yeah, that's the crazy idea time thing. But that's interesting. 75-25 from 68 votes. I mean, obviously that's a small percentage, but from 68 people voting, from 120 people watching, it's a good statistic, I think. Army Day, February 23rd. Thank you. I like the one that's the Navy Day, Vitaly, because I've been in Gorky Park a few times when the guys go swimming in that fountain at the front of Gorky Park. You know, when you go in Gorky Park, there's that fountain. And the guys get in the water, and it's very, very, it's very nice. It's obviously, there's a lot of things that people, not really, I guess, public Russian holidays, best way. I mean, to say people that celebrate things or commemorate things, it's very difficult to explain that from people not in Russia. But that Navy one, I just love. I mean, and there's really no worries. These guys just go walking in the pond in that water fountain area. It must be summertime when that is, because it's definitely not now in this weather. Russia definitely has a lot of holidays. Will we get equity? No, technically, well, it's 0.0001%. Me, technically, you're going to get a name on a tile in the kitchen because I want to do subway tiles on the splashback in the kitchen. Oleg, we want to do it this. Well, do you have a deadline by when you want to buy an apartment? Realistically, we want to do it in the next few months. By hook or by crook is the word we use in English. By all means possible. Because every month we realize the money we're paying rent could be paying a mortgage or an amount of money we need to borrow from the bank to make it possible. And as we always say, we're not getting any younger, we're not getting any smarter. So yeah, Oleg, it's realistically in the next, less than 3 months, we want to do this. We're going to make some decisions on somewhere different if we can't make the one work that we're looking at. Thank you for the live stream. Will we look at Yandex Maps panoramas on the next one? Yes, I think we will. Yes, I've closed it now. Yeah, I love your idea, by the way. What is 50 rubles in US dollars? It's, about 50 cents. I think it's 91 rubles. What's the exchange rate right now? I think it's 90 or so for $1. Oh, what happened there? I just got my USD. Oh my gosh. Today everything's not clicking. USD. Yeah, 91.59 rubles is $1. So pretty much 50 cents is right about where we're at. To buy my first house, none of my friends and family would give me money to buy my first house. I even offered to invite them over for barbecues. Yes, me. That was my idea in Australia about painting. Come over to help paint the rooms, and we'll have a barbecue and we'll have some beers afterwards. Pretty much with my sister's husband, anytime he needs help, I'll be the first person there when I was living in Australia. And then we always end up having a few drinks afterwards and watching the sport on TV, and whatever hard work you did didn't really matter at that point, Marco, thank you for congratulations. If everyone will give $1, yes, $1 to $5, Cat. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of the crazy idea thing, Cat, is I like the number that's small, that doesn't seem unachievable. I mean, to ask everybody for $5, I think I'd struggle to even get $5 out of my dad, out of my mom, out of my sister, out of her husband. But if I asked for 50 cents or $1, people wouldn't hesitate to give you that 50 cents or $1. Thank you, Yulia. Dobro utra. Good evening, good night. I guess it's morning now, so dobro večer. No, dobro. Oh my gosh, there's too many dobras. Why not just use your YouTube's money to buy the apartment? You have over 100,000 subscribers. Me, that's very true. The second part's true. The first part's not the answer, because the amount of Russian audience, if anyone's aware, YouTube doesn't show ads to anybody in Russia. So there's no ad revenue from Russian views. And naturally, because I make videos about Russian places and things and so forth, the percentage of Russian viewers is very high, that there is no income from. And then also some of the other countries in the world don't have as bigger ad revenue payment from other parts of the world which are immediately close to Russia. So there's a lot of challenges with trying to earn ad revenue from videos on Russian topics and Russian places. I'll buy her a microwave, Mark. You'll buy the microwave. The place we want to buy doesn't have a microwave. So we're going to be back in. It doesn't have a dishwasher either. And this is my thing with offering a lower price for the apartment. That difference of offering that lower price is the price of buying a dishwasher, buying a microwave, buying a new sofa immediately as we move in. Yes, the microwave of her dreams. Kat says it's not a crazy idea. Let people decide what to give. You may get $100 donations. My gosh, that's well. I say it's crazy, but I guess I've got to stop thinking about crazy in terms of. I guess I'm just in the circle of my life. It's like seeing Porsches parked downstairs from our building, and then thinking that someone who lives in this building has a Porsche Panamera or a Porsche Cayenne. And you're like, wow. But we're living in a very normal, standard, typical Russian apartment here. But they have a Porsche. From Zagreb. Kako si, Damia? Kako si? Paratroopers Day or Air Force Day on August 2nd. It's when they jump into the fountains. That makes sense. Do they do that all over Russia where they go into the fountains? Or is it just in Gorky Park? That would be interesting. Oh, okay. So thank you. Good evening is dobro večer. Good night is dobro noche. Spokojna noche. Good night. Yeah. So spokojna noche is what I've said before. Spokojna noche. Congratulations, lad. Thank you, Antonio. Yes, we're now over 100,000, so the number's done. But like I said, what's next? What are your favorite Russian foods? My wife made soup tonight, beef soup. I don't think it's really got a name. She just calls it beef soup. She loves soups, and I like them as well. And we had some nice, very thick brown bread. Olivia salad, crab salad. My wife makes a lot more things like pastas and meat dishes and chicken dishes, maybe because she knows I like them more than some very specific Russian dishes. The second highest ad value. Telegram chat. Vitaly, yes. We're going to call this very soon the live stream as well. So, yeah, if anyone wants to follow me, and actually Vitaly is there, David is there, Joanna is there. I don't know if anyone else is in the chat. Is there any in the Telegram chat? So Traveling with Russell channel, and then Traveling with Russell chat. Definitely over there. It happens. Many people get high donations. Yes. Keep at it. You may not realize it, but you are on the cusp of where you want to be. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, my wife's friend is is it clairvoyant or reads palms or reads the future? And she says a lot of good things about me. And she made a lot of predictions to my wife before we became husband and wife that are now at a point that they're coming true. All this time I thought I was surprising you by watching your videos. Yeah, so it's all a matter of the percentage of Russian viewers that's making the channel. Okay, so you can have thousands of subscribers, you can have thousands of views, but it's the country people are watching from that it creates the ad revenue, and then where YouTube is not showing ads to Russian audience, and where the percentage of high amounts. So if you are in Russia and you watch with a VPN, like I watch YouTube with a VPN, and it's based in France, so I get French ads when I watch YouTube, but I know that it supports the person of the channel I'm watching. Tringle Travel, hello. Lakonoc, yes. Lakonoc in Serbian. And I know Mala Jagoda. Good fella, Mala Jagoda. Sladka Malapadka. And I'm not sure, good fella, if there's any females from Serbia or Croatia watching. I won't say it, but I know a very funny football chant that's very lady orientated that I won't say. Oh, thank you for PayPal. I can't see because it comes via my phone or via email, so I don't see. Thank you. I wish it would be more. No, it's honestly and truly that 50-cent thing is the bit that I like. So any amount more than that is reducing the number, and it's not, okay, Kat before was saying about $100 donations. My gosh, this is just another level. Hit the like button. Thank you, Johnny. Yes, 306 likes. By the way, I think we're gonna go for 2-hour live stream, which is my normal live stream. So it'll give 14 more minutes. So it's 10 plus 5 plus 4. Thank you, Tringle. Thank you for €2. Is online dating a taboo in Russia? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I shouldn't know. I don't think there's even apps in Russia. I'm pretty sure the ones that are known in the West are not working in Russia. So I don't really know. Pilmeni for me is like soup. I'm Ecuadorian, very tasty, by the way. Yeah, so basically dumplings with some sort of filling. What's the Italian? Ravioli. If you think of ravioli, it's kind of like pilmeni in a way. I mean, the Italians are upset. David's upset. Every Russian is upset I'm saying that. Yeah, I don't think that dating is online dating. Maybe it is. Do you like fish? I like salmon. Nelly? And my wife gave me yesterday some white fish, she called it. So it's like salmon, but it's white fish on bread with some butter. Some like heavy brown bread with butter and fish. I'm not a big fish person because I don't like the bones in fish. Can I buy an apartment with residency? Yes, because I have legal rights to live in Russia. So yes. Essentially, then my wife will do all of the paperwork side of it because it's much easier. And then we don't have to get, if I have to do all the signing of documents, we've got to get a translator there. We've got to get a lot of things, extra stamps and officially notarized. So if she does it in Russian, it's much easier. Swedish fish. Of course I like Swedish fish. The candy Swedish fish. Mala Jagoda, small strawberry, yes. Little strawberry. And I also, when I'm on the cruise ship, there's a lot of girls from Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, everywhere. And you always say, Mala Jagoda. And they loved it. Papa, hello. But on your own risk. Online dating's on your own. Vitali must know about it. But I think he knew about it years ago. Papa likes the channel. Thank you. Daniel, yo. How's it going? I'm literally working on a laptop and watching the live stream. Mark, oh, there you go. It's like me with two screens when I've got them set here. I do one with my YouTube stuff, and then the second one, I normally have TV running or something. Hello from St. Pete. Next door, want to be one foreign businessman. I don't think that happens, but maybe it does. I think a lot of that is not a thing now. Making so much money from their channels, how do they get around the sanctions to get their revenue? A lot of them have changed the country of origin of their account, of their YouTube account. So if you go to the about section of their channel, normally it says the country, and a lot of them have got different countries set. So not Russia, they'll have America or England, and then the payments, then they'll have changed their bank account that the money goes into, and then they'll figure out a way to get that money from that country back to Russia. So a lot of them have negated it by changing the back of house of YouTube. I'm not sure specifically about. I'm just talking mostly about Russian YouTubers that create content in English, because I know some of them personally, and I've know them through Telegram and things like that. Russian pizza is good. Well, it's not made by an Italian guy, so I can't say it's good. The only one I really like is Dodo Pizza, which is down the road from me. All the others are just mostly thin crust pizza, which is really traditional Italian pizza. But that's about it. If I went to a fast food, if I went to the shopping center, fast food places, I wouldn't get pizza. So I don't really have a top three. I like the tuna pizza. That's the one at the 24-hour place in the next building. For some reason, they make a good tuna pizza. How do I know they make a lot of money? Yes. What food has more taste than in Russia? I guess the fruit, the vegetables, because there's just more availability, and I think the vegetables are fresher. But that's just me. Tomatoes, especially in summertime where people have stuff from their dachas and country houses. Tinder is working is it even working in Russia, Mark? I'm not sure. Tinder's not working in Russia, right? Thanks, Alexei. How does YouTubers like Dan Seacos and Nikki are earning revenue like crazy? So inside Russia, they have a lot of views, not from Russian viewers. So they're really heavily pushing their channels towards American viewers, Canadian, I guess British, and Dan Seacos's wife and child. He's really playing on the family aspect and showing his, I think it's his daughter, is it? In the videos a lot. And people resonate with that. I'm not sure for his channel where he's got it based. I don't, what's it called? Social Blade. You can see people's channels on Social Blade. I don't know where he's got his channel based. I almost feel like his was Thailand. Yeah, Thailand. He's got his channel as Thailand. So he's probably got a bank account in Thailand that it pays into. And then he's got a way of getting the money out. Nikki Proshin, I don't know what he's got his setup as. But I imagine the fact that he was in Georgia so much, he's probably doing it through that. That's my thinking, that he's doing that. Rundown house and expensive car. I've shown your videos to many people. I know they are impressed. You are doing a fantastic job educating people. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you so much. Yeah, sharing videos is always helpful. To sell dry yeast. I'm sure they do. I don't know why you use it for, but I think they definitely do. Did you find out how to get gigabit internet? I've only got one provider in my town, so I'm limited to the internet speed. Also, my Wi-Fi router is in the hallway, not in this room. I think I need to plug in a network cable to get faster internet. It's more than fast enough for what I do. And my laptop that I've had for quite a few years is really amazing, that it lets me do a lot of things at the same time, multiple things. Suzanne, this has been talked about for years and years and years and years and years. And I think it won't happen. I think everyone I've ever talked to says it won't happen. Maybe there's one person who's opinionated who thinks it will, but no. So you can get access easier to your Western viewers. I don't think changing the country of my channel is set up for Australia, by the way. And then the AdSense goes to my Australian bank account each calendar month on the 21st officially, but 23rd it drops into the account. And then I can get the money from Australia to Russia in the means that I use. There is zero. I'd have to go get a Georgian bank account. If I change it to Georgia, it's really too many steps for me to do. It was really a problem for Russian YouTubers at the time who mostly had problems with the money that goes into their Russian bank account that's nominated for their non-Russian earnings, that they struggled with. And then a lot of people are over it now and figured it out. When I say it's equal, I mean, the problem is you've got weather as a factor. So today it was snowing, now it's -6 outside. I think it's probably colder than that, though. What does it say on my telephone here? It's -9. feels like minus 15 outside right now. So that's a big factor when you're comparing, let's say Perth right now. So now it's middle of the night there, or 6 o'clock in the morning. 12,000 kilometers away. It's 23 degrees at the moment at 6 in the morning. And it's going to be 39 Celsius today. So quality of life really also factors in the weather, where you work, how many hours you work, how much you travel to work. In Australia, I had to drive about 50 minutes to and from work each day. It was not a problem though, but I didn't really love it. I would love to have lived closer, but we chose to live close to the beach, not close to where I went to work. So there's a lot of weighing up like that. Russell, you're a good fella. Uncle Chuckles, hello. You guys are right. Tinder doesn't work in Russia. I got it mixed up with the other one. I can't remember now. True, it's the best to meet someone face to face. Yes. Do you have on average? That's a question I've never revealed or talked about or spoken about, and I really never will. Actually, now even when I show people my channel name on my app, because like today, for instance, I went to that product expo, people didn't want to key in and use their phones. They took a screenshot of my channel name. And then I'm even covering up the analytics so they don't see that. So analytics I don't discuss because the Russian viewer percentage is high compared to other countries, but I can't do anything to change that. You know, if I made Australian supermarket tours, would I get more Australians watching? I don't know. You won't meet nice girls on dating apps. There's been more snow in Moscow today than there has been in Australia since dinosaurs. Yes. Most of it I was indoors today because I took the train to Moscow City. I walked across the street physically to go into the convention center. Then I came out, took the metro, took the train home. So I was really that's the thing with the weather, right? I mean, it can be cold and horrible, but if you're not outside, you don't experience it. Good time to be in Perth at this time of year. Yes. Yeah, kind of polar opposites of weather. Even my wife has got like the weather blues already, and it's what, 2 months since we came back from Australia? Not even 2 months since we came back. My wife's got the weather blues already. Glad they don't demonetize Russia like the Western media. Okay, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for 321 likes. That's just amazing. Thank you for a nice 100 plus people watching the live stream. We're going to get right out of here at 2 hours exactly. Cruise ships to get back more of your Western viewers. That's my other channel that had the cruise ship videos. Still do live streams on cruise ships now. The Wi-Fi speed is good. Yeah, for crew, it's not. Wi-Fi speed for crew is not good. For the passengers, they've got a different Wi-Fi. Crew don't get free internet, by the way. You've got to pay, and it's not practical. Put it that way. My cruise ship channel was doing well, and it was something that I did on top of working every day. So lived in the US since I'm from Moscow. Oh, Anton. Здравствуйте. Lived in the US since 98. Would you say you're, well, I guess, yeah, okay. American or European person. Yeah, dating apps seem to be a little bit all over the place. Thank you. Adios. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Mark. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Yes. Keep up the good videos. Hope you and Jen get that apartment. Thank you. Yes, this is, yeah, we can give in and offer a higher price and not stick to our guns of the lower price we've offered. The lady that we're using, who's like a third party helping us with the transaction, she said, just wait. So we are, but we're eager both to move out and move in. And if we give up the lower price, that's the difference with, moving in expenses, because Because naturally, when you want to move in, you want to change the curtain straight away. You want to do this. You want to do that. You want to just to make friends. Go to Telegram, Traveling with Russell channel. Over 2,000 people on the channel, and then over 650 people in the chat. Traveling with Russell channel. Traveling to the Republic of Marai, my wife's land. Marai. I don't know the name of the place. We're going to have to do that Yandex Maps thing so we can look up this next time. Major city before cable, internet, gas. US is done. Yes. So that's 200,000 rubles for a one room in a major city before cable, internet, gas. Yeah, my gosh. For that price, we can live in the absolute center of Moscow for 200,000 a month. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Mario. Or Marco, sorry. Villavicenzio. Tringle, thank you. Okay, everybody. Thank you for the donation alerts. Thank you for the super chats. One little tiny step closer to the apartment. Thank you. Somebody said they did PayPal. Thank you so much. Or whatever means and ways and hows. Watch an old video. Watch something you might have not watched before. Search by oldest first and check out some of my 1.5 years ago videos that when I didn't really understand what I was doing. And I'm getting better at doing it, I hope, every time I make a new video. Yeah, I will have another video out literally tomorrow now because it's too late for tonight of Globus Hypermarket. I'm even giving it away what we're going to do, the video of the tour of Globus Hypermarket. I'm also going to have a video of the product expo, the food expo that I went to today. That won't be out for quite a few days. It's a crazy place that I went to today. It was the biggest food expo in Russia. I need to go back again tomorrow now to refilm some things because it was just so big I couldn't possibly get around the whole expo in one day. It was that big. No, give your wife my best. Looking forward to more of your videos. Thank you. Yes, I think, like somebody said, if Tucker Carlson goes to Pitorichka, you know he's watched my videos. You're either sending me 10,000 or this is fake news. Thank you, me. If you do, the apartment, you'll see how fast we'll move into the apartment. Put it that way. I guess as quick as you see new videos of that, you know it's all happened. Thank you, David. I hope you're enjoying home ownership as well. I'm yet to have that feeling of that. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to click end stream. Everybody have a good night. It's morning time now here in Moscow, 1:10 in the morning, or 1:10 a.m. I'm going to what do you call this? De-stress from talking so much. Let's sit back on the chair and relax for a little while, and I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, everybody. I'll see you on Telegram. I'll see you in the chat of Telegram, or I'll see you in the comments on videos. Bye, everybody.